Done. Okay. Transition. Boom. So, we're looking at a stats screen. Unfortunately, Dancken, our friend here, is actually only 2 games into Song of Ice and Fire stats. But it gives us a little opportunity to maybe have a kind of a look at what is going on with our players. So we've currently got Dancken up. And I mean, he's 2 games in, he's won both games, 100% win rate. But that, I suppose that's not really too indicative of how he's going to be playing this. So we'll switch over to Mickey's. No, we won't, because I've managed to... 2 seconds. Done. Done. Rose. Done. And last one, browse, Mickey win rate by faction. Done. Unfortunately, it's duplicate. It ended up swapping them both over. So let's have a look at Mickey's stats. So Mickey fighting out Darlo is in 100 kilograms and I hit a 4. Yeah, cheers, Chris. Good. Thanks, man. Oh, and thank you very much for the sub. Really appreciate it, buddy. So let's have a look at what we've got. We've got Mickey's stats. So Mickey's currently rocking a 66% win rate, and that is 68 games played, 45 won. Win rate by faction should be no surprise. Is Free Folk have got a pretty good win rate of 80%, but only 5 games played, which is strange. Because Mickey plays almost exclusively meditating before he shaved his head, probably. So yeah, he plays a lot of Free Folk in real life, so it's good to see him branching out into other stuff for the tournaments and things like that. Sorry, I'm talking out my arse. So he's got a 73% win rate as the Free Folk with 49 games played. He's got a 61.11% win rate against Lannisters with 18 games played against those. And his win rate by game mode, we are looking at he mustn't have played any of this game mode yet. So that's interesting. So hopefully this will get some new the Winds of Winter, sorry. Yeah, he's played twice and he's won 100% of the games, so that's pretty good. And I believe Mickey's something like 18th or something like that. The mode is so different you can't really tell from the rating. Yeah, I know, man. To be honest with you, it was just an opportunity to practice some shit on After Effects and make a slightly animated background and have a bit of fun. That's all it was about. Maybe later on these stats might be useful, but I'm just trying to make it something a bit interesting between sort of like setup and things like that, because it's just like, I mean, practically every first round has very little happening in, unless there's a Melisandre, and then like half a unit just disappears. So we've got Winds of Winter, 10-inch deployment each side. We know about the objectives. Each player takes missions 11 and 12 and takes missions 11 and 12 and then chooses 4 additional missions, creating a hand of 6 cards. Starting round 2, each player reveals 1 mission, starting with first player, and discards missions at the end of the round. You enter in a move entirely overlapping objective claims it. So it's an entirely overlapping game mode, and a unit controls an objective as long as it's not engaged by an enemy combat unit with more remaining ranks, so you can outrank. Solo units count as having as many remaining ranks equal to their remaining wounds, so it's good for solo trays, and objectives not completely overlapped by a unit's tray are not controlled by any unit. That's good. And then we're just looking to see what missions get played, basically. So Mickey will pick 11 and 12, obviously. He will take the unit in the deployment zone one. So Mickey beat me in the tournament with. So the only time I ever got close to beating Mickey, it was almost a fairly large victory for me. But he scored 8 points in one round with that bastard card. If you take test board before me on, maybe others for objective round. Yeah. So I mean, typically, so Mickey's using a load of movement 6 things that are from the very first moment that I met Mickey. He spoke about the strength of the movement 6 trappers and being able to position them on a point, a center point or a midline point at the beginning of a round, and then just leaving them there as long as possible. Dancken's got a bit of an uphill battle. All of these units are good at killing things, and it's not out of the realms of possibility for a Knights Castle Rock unit or a Clegane Mountain Men unit to one hit a insignificant unit with a really shitty save and a bad morale. But he's got double the amount of activations on the board, and I think that could be a struggle. Shit, man. Chris, I've just realised that that's 8 months in a row as well. That's insane. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. For some reason, I didn't get any notification when you followed us, though. I'm just doing a test. Ah. My widgets aren't working. How annoying. Oh, yeah, that would be because I don't have the alert box up. Makes sense. Let's try that again. There we go, yeah. Fuck. Honestly, Chris, those that almost put an end to me, those stones, man. I've done it before, but they were something different, man. It's like something out of the fucking X-Files. I haven't even put a fucking post up saying we're going live. I should probably do that, shouldn't I? Gregor's got an overrun card though. Call, hasn't he? And if it's a House Clegane unit, is it like the automatically roll a 6 or something like that? So it's still possible. Still possible. You went wrong. Yeah, Carlo. When you get a handful of Gregor cards and just each one of them just goes off one after another, it's a beautiful thing. Like. Okay. It doesn't need to be Gregor's unit, no. So it's not tied to the model. It's just a card, and he's got 2 House Clegane units as well. So, both of them can benefit from that. The extra bonuses from the card. I guess I'll switch back over to the live scene now. You scared? Look at my beautiful mug again. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can actually read the chat as well. So, Weasel, obviously you're into your beers. You'll be happy to know that a local craft brewery got in contact with like a group that I'm in on Facebook, and I've essentially been gifted 3... Oh, what's wrong, Carlo? I've been gifted 3 bags of grain and 25 kilograms of hops, which are... That's an inordinate amount of hops. Like, I mean, I could probably not use that in a year. So I've got a lot of beer to get making. Got any fuck out to drink it because I'm not allowed to give it to anyone. I don't think I'd be very good at work if I was. Yeah, it's a lot. It is, mate. It is. Some really nice hops actually. Got some Ella, got some Southern Cross, and Southern Cross and Ricau are both New Zealand hops, and Ricau especially is like TSD. £25 kilos, it's like £1,000. Double it, Carl, double it. A pound is just under half a kilo, so you can just roughly double it and you'll be fine. It's 50. I think a pound's like 498 grams or 480 grams or something stupid like that. It's close enough, man. 50 pounds. It's a lot, man. It's like it was like 5 pillowcases full. Like if I had been pulled over, I probably would have thought I was like just selling loads of weed. Yeah, Carlo, it's great actually now that I've got them because I can see, and that's pretty cool. Seeing's good. So I've been out of it for a little while, as you all know. So dervishes are making, from what I've seen, have been they've had a little bit of a highlight, or a little bit. They've got a bit of time in the limelight. What are people thinking about them? I know some of the stuff that's coming in, the changes people were pretty keen on. Oh, mate, fucking, that's a bit bullshit as well, Carl, because like we still use fucking ounces. Like if you talk to an old person, not even an old person, like my mum's 63, and she still, when she's talking about bacon, she asks for like fucking ounces and that, and you're like, yeah, like who are you? I don't. How many grams do you want? Just tell us. My scales don't even do ounces. Some wild practice before my Rossi match. Sweet, go Lannister. I mean, if Lannister's win, this is going to be pretty cool because it's going to be a lot of dead free folk, which is not a good thing for me. But Davis Preston or Gregor are both underrated for Lanny, I think. I reckon the best thing Lanny got during. All right, okay, interesting. But I didn't really get anything else, did they? All they got was the attachments box. They didn't get anything bespoke new, did they? Nor did I think a lot of the factions didn't really, did they? And I think from what I understand, yeah, that's what I was just about to say. The attachment box was fairly shit. Some nice models, but fairly shit. I was looking at Warhammer, well, like ninth age, you know, like it's like the community written rule set for Warhammer Fantasy Battles, the old flank and spank one, and I think I might repurpose that because I got like 3 starter sets with the Lannisters, and obviously you never ever use that many guardsmen or pikemen or whatever, so I might try and repurpose them for that. It'd be cool. So we're flying now. We're into the game. Sorry, I don't have any cool graphics for who's on what side. Mickey's on the right-hand side of the playmat. I'll try and stick some names on there soon, but the we're doing with typical taking of all the zones before we start moving stuff. I remember what about discussing. I def try and fit one turn core. Play dance again. Okay, so we've seen Lan says take the crown, the letters for some extra tactics cards, and Cersei got put on to Harmer's unit. Makes sense. Try and get rid of Commander. And try and get rid of the card recycling. House cooking, Mountains Men moving right up the middle of the. I'm going to stop. I've got a really bad habit of doing that, so I'm going to stop doing that. Sort of shut down a lot of Greg of potential by taking care of Knights of Castle Rock, but you might be able to. Yeah, so I mean, Mance is great when you start getting some token generation and get tokens down. Mance is great, but we'll see. If any of you are in the UK or have access to any UK beers, by the way, so this is the brewery that I got all my free stuff from. They're called Anarchy. And this is Citrus Stars, one of my favourite beers in the world. It's definitely worth checking out. I've got those for when I finish my beer that I made. It's a shame you see all these power gamers drop stock and move out of lands there. Awesome. Well, you know what it is, man. If you ever struggle, I'm happy to post you over a box. Just let us know, because it's some real good stuff. And Anarchy are a proper DIY brewery. They're really good. They've got really good ethics. And me and my fiance are going to get married in their brewery, actually. Oh, fuck cider, like, gives me wick heartburn. If any of you can't understand what I'm saying, I promise it's English. Just ask for translations. Oh, Carlo, it's fighting words. So I think just while we're waiting for some early turn one movement, I'll give a quick nod to the top of the screen. There is a subscriber goal for some free, well, not for free merchandise, but it'll be free to whoever wins it. And also I've still got this this Neutral Heroes 2 giveaway box. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have got it by now, but it's still sat there and it's still ready to go. So I've got a small bit goal to get to, and once it's reached, I'll post it anywhere in the world. You know what it is? If we get a small break, I'm going to go and get my iPad, because I'm in the middle of drawing it, Weasel. I've literally started the design on Procreate. I'm in the middle. Don't worry, I am actually doing it. Seeing how many licensing problems I can get in one go. Oh, nice. So I do like whiskey, but since I stopped drinking, like, I don't. I mean, it obviously that seems like a massive lie because I'm having a drink now, but I don't really drink like I used to. So there's not really much of a. Like, I don't. When I do drink, I'll tend to just have smaller ABV stuff that I can just drink a fair amount of and enjoy an afternoon or whatever. But when I would drink regularly, I would usually drink an amount of beer, and then I would always go on to whiskies at the end of the night. But it's been a long time. Actually, I really enjoyed the Welsh single malt called Penderyn. If you ever get a chance to try that, it was one of my favourites. Really nice. So we're seeing some pretty cautious movement from the free folk here. I was expecting to see, although obviously, I mean, it probably makes quite a lot of sense for them not to just smash everything up forwards to be meat for the grinder, especially when there's still a Knights unit to activate. Oh, Chesley, yeah, yeah. I mean, well, to be fair, we would have been married already, but we ended up having a baby, so she ruined all that. No more fun for us. Nice. I'm brewing a rye beer tomorrow, actually. That's one of the bags of grains that I got from Anarchy. Got a nice bag of crisps rye malt. Yeah, Bruce, it'll be nice to just. So, I mean, they did a pretty good job of dropping some beta games and then fixing the beta games that were a bit wonky. So, we'll have had a bit of variation, but it's nice to see. See a bit of variation in the game. I think that's one thing that maybe some other companies do well, where they have like seasonal, so like ITS, sorry, from Infinity, and like the what's it called, man? Oh, I can't remember what it's called, but 40k's got one. Yeah, I think rye probably tastes a little bit different in beer than it does in whiskey, by the way. Like, rye whiskey is really nice, but so rye is quite earthy and spicy, and like it has a little bit of like a bready sort of flavor to it when you use it in beers, because you're actually just using the grain without refining it, without refining the sugars in it too much. Nah, Gamma, they released a, what was it called, man? Like, there's something. Fucking hell! I'll remember in a minute and I'll tell you. And because it came with new secondaries and everything. I played a game on TTS the other day, and it was, you could either use the core rulebook or you could use the fucking field missions or fucking whatever. I keep on wanting to say General's Handbook, but that's Age of Sigmar. Yeah, cool. Bullet is just a really nice bourbon, to be honest with you. GE Mission Pack. There you go. That's the one that I meant, Gamma. So so they've got like the yearly document, which has got another set of, and it means that you can just sort of cherry pick instead of being super limited. And although some of them are the same, it's just the subtle nuances that take a little bit of learning, and obviously the secondaries as well. So it is different. This game's much more streamlined, and I think there's obviously a lot more. What's the word? So paid mutiny. When a combat unit activates, that unit must pass a morale test or its attachment lose all abilities until the end of the round. That unit suffers D3 wounds. If you control money bags, suffer -2 their roll, and if they fail, they suffer 3 wounds instead of rolling. Yikes. So they don't have money bags, but they do have a Cersei on there, giving them a -2 to the morale test already. That's a hard fail. So that's 1 wound, and unfortunately Harmer loses ability, so I don't know if Mickey cycled any of her cards, but nah. I'd be interested to see. We're going to be streaming again tomorrow as well. There's I think Chris Eustace has got a game tomorrow, so we're going to be streaming that. But it's nice to just see quite a good, a bit of a change of factions, should I say? So the last big tournament, I suppose, that I kept an eye on really, before having a little bit of a chill out, was the Masarath Championship, and obviously it was very heavily dominated by Free Folk and Starks, so it's nice to see some Lannisters. on the board without the mountain that rides. Has anyone got any predictions for the game? Don't know a lot about Dancken, so that's the first round to tie up knights with a trapper charge. It would be a good idea. Only problem is, if you do that, there's always the chance that they can just take the... would be nice if the mountain that rides, but not there. Blame Carlo, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, fair enough, Carl, but that would, if they did go with that, it would just give them a chance to take the horses, which is a very good space to have with the free folk. Free retreat, and then they're going to be charged straight away again. So I mean, maybe, but maybe not. We'll see what happens. It kind of looks like he's just he's got options, hasn't he? Because he can charge the trappers if he wants to, but I think we want to watch one of Victoria's games. 3 cushion wins with a... Yeah, so I think Baratheons are in fairly good place, personally, at the minute. He could charge with Thomas God if he's got it. Yeah, you're right. So Mickey's playing one of Harmer's cards now. Oh, no, he's bringing one back. So it's top of round 2. Mickey, go first. Carlo's got some pretty strong feelings about the mountain that rides, and it comes off the back of a load of statistics, which basically proves that he's fucking naughty for the points that he costs. I mean, it's commonplace that in tournament settings there. Yeah, Carl? Yeah, without heavy lance, they're a lot less worrying, aren't they? So lance. So they'll lose that. They'll lose Lancer Supremacy. Interesting, only one unit in this whole army's got Lancer Supremacy, and it tends to do pretty well against free folk. Because we all know that if you're free folk, taking morale is a bad thing. A very, very bad thing. I'm just happy that the Greyjoys are going to be coming out soon, and that means that I can put all my unpainted free folk away and never worry again about the fact that they're all unpainted. So I think, are we declaring missions? Yeah. Because it's the start of round 2, right? I believe so, Bruce, yeah. Hard decision, man. Got a min-max. So it's a man, honestly, this is like, this game was like designed for analysis paralysis, isn't it? At times it's a hard game as it is. Need some Manta Knights or charge them off the horse so they can't retrieve free, yeah. Yeah, so that's basically what Carl said, right? Depends if I didn't see it if he picked I mean it is, come on. Carlo, you would have already picked your game mode, wouldn't you? Missions. Sorry. Yeah, so we've got for Dancken, we've got when an enemy NCU claims the swords or horse zones, score a point. And for Mickey, we've got 9, so quite well guessed. Who's this? Oh, WAP. Once this round, when an enemy destroys a friendly combat unit, place 2 points on that enemy. Remove and score these when that enemy is destroyed. Sword and horses are smart. Man, analysis paralysis is the bane of any game ever. It's like, I don't know if you play much board game. We've got a lad in our gaming group who gets hit by AP quite hard, and sometimes it's like you try not to get frustrated, but you're like, fuck man, come on, this is like almost been a 30-minute turn. You just need to fucking nut up and just do something. I mean, Bruce, I think the big take home from that is though that like, yeah, he's done the whole don't kill me business, but he's got to finish that unit off later. Man, so Chris, this is the big thing that fucks me off about that game, right? I love the game, but it's when you play with people who've got AP, like you've got 4 other people's turns to work out what you're going to do. 9 times out of 10, or maybe 90 times out of 100, what you do is almost never affected by other people's plays. It's bullshit. Dig for fun, thanks for the follow, mate. You're just like, fuck, you've literally had 40 minutes to work out what you're going to do, and you're just thinking now, get off your phone. I'm going to fucking karate chop you in the throat. So, starting... It just says starting round 2, each player reveals 1 mission, starting with first player. Just go. Chris, how many people does he have to fucking swipe right on before he gets a hit, like? Why do you think that, Colo? Laws of averages, Chris. One of the fuckers has got to say yes. I suppose. Yeah, but so the knights are quite isolated over on the right hand side there. I don't think it's unreasonable to say, unless they're like totally neutered, that it's possible for them to annihilate the trappers and the raiders over there. I know you've got recruit and reform. He's already got one. He's already lost one of those. He's down 1 recruit and reform already. Has Harmer got healing cards? She hasn't, has she? We out your put a unit deploying for 2 points. Yeah, that's cheeky. Really, that is a bit naughty. Yeah. Yeah, he's down one regroup and reform. Free, do you think, Bruce? I mean, with a steer on a unit like the Trappers and just getting a load of free shots, maybe? Rear charge from some spearwise. Let's not forget this. What's it? 6 morale and 3 up armor. They're not to be sniffed at. It was 9 and either 2 or it's 2, yeah, 2. So Henry claims the swords and the horses. That's for Dancken, and Mickey chose the if one of his unit gets destroyed, he gets to put an extra 2 VP on the unit that killed them. No, I think you did a forced march. Yeah, so I think you still got you've done the he's done exactly what you thought you would do. Manson letters. They're already weakened. Yeah, makes sense. This is exactly what you guys said were going to happen. Gets to put another. So he's going to, with the letters, he'll put down all 3, and that makes them essentially a waste of time now. What do you mean by steal first player wap? Oh, so we're seeing a what is destroy, make a free charge, and rolls rolls plus 2 dice for the attack. So he's trying to skirt around this. We're probably going to see order come from the trappers. They're 5 movements, so it's 2 to hit, but he's going to, without a doubt, although actually he's first player, so they'll have lost their abilities, right? Yeah. So no, so there's more trappers. Surprise, more trappers. Yeah, you can 100% fit them in. You can fit 100 as well. You'll just lose line of sight, right? And it doesn't matter that he moves onto the rough ground afterwards anyways, because it's with the rear line, right? So he wants to roll a 3 or more. He gets a 6. So we're seeing a 10 dice unit of Mountain's Men here. I wonder if he's got another Gregor card there, because if he's got the Cripplos on 5s, that could potentially be a lot of dead. No. Good thing he's got a reroll. Wow. Okay, so we've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hits. Oh, weakened. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hits. It's reasonable. How many's left? There are 11 left. So that's one fail. One pass, sorry. Enemy units have as -1 to their panic test. So this is going to be, I think they're starting on 8. They're vicious, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's a 12 to pass. So it's a critical fail anyways. Terra Shard, welcome buddy. You alright man? How's it going? Yeah, that was big. Yeah man, no worries. Hope it's not too much of a pain in the arse for you. Good to see you in again. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, time to get the fuck, man. Honestly. Need some fucking resilience training. Yeah. I mean, it's 6 and 2 threes, isn't it? Like, I get. So I'm not with you, Elite. Like, it was 2 cards to kill a unit of trappers, but let's be honest, trappers are an absolute nuisance if left alone. And it really, I mean, hopefully, well, I think the second card was a waste of time. Yeah, you're right. I totally agree. Yeah, yeah. Empty in your hand, if you've got stuff that's sort of semi-mediocre, is pretty good as well. Orders Destroy is a very good card. But it has gotten an activation closer to being equal and a VP, so it's not a bad trade for a good card. So we've seen a Free Folk unit come out, and I'm presuming it's Endless Horde. It certainly is. And back come the Trappers. Yeah, yeah, it's not good, is it? So that's his first of 2. We really need to speak to the mod maker and see if we can get a way for spectators to view hands. That would be really good. Yeah, man, they've got 2 extra VP on them. He did try and put the coins on, but I think it's just. Yeah, they've got that effect on people, man. That's how in all fairness, so that's how I feel playing against stocks. They're not. That's a good point, actually. No, yeah, I think he did. I think he might have taken one back and put the weekend on the Mountains Men. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Yeah, it's dangerous having them there. I feel like I need that, the gif where it's like, that's a bait. That's a bait, Mr. Hoddy. It was an E, I believe. Dinner. I've always spelled it with an E. Holy shit, my house is hot as fuck. Heating's on. I've got this fucking green screen up behind us so that I'm just like getting trapped next to a radiator. Well, considering you put that mission down, Wabbit, it would be fairly reasonable assumption to say that he did, yeah. But then again, why would he weaken the mountains men if he was hoping that they would kill? Unless he was hoping that the knights would. But that does. So now that the knights are on 3 tokened, it does allow them to just go ham. There's the mission's already been done, so why the fuck not just try and maximize what damage you do in one round? Endless Hold brings them in unactivated if you've got the horses, right? But Mickey hasn't got the horses. So those guys should have an activation token on. Oh, they do. But they get their order again, right? So he's still got 2 sets of traps for whenever he wants them. Man, I've been in this seat so many times playing against the fucking 7 million activation free folk list, and it's just horrible, man. Like so many times you just think, no matter what I do, it's not the right thing to do. I wonder if they're going to directly address. I know. So the readers have obviously gone up to 4, right? Do they have to still be taken in pairs? Don't do they? So why has Mickey got 1 VP now? Yeah, probably not enough. 11 to 10 versus people who can only max battle 8. Yeah, sorry. Got it. I've got my chat on another monitor, so I'm actually not seeing that much of the game. It's difficult. They've got a sweet thing in Streamlabs now where you can like kind of get the chat to overlay on your screen, but I don't want to try and do it in the middle of the stream in case it just fucks up and everything falls off. So these guys can be a complete nuisance for the free folk because crossbows are accurate, long range, sunrun, so the 5s go to 6s. And is it crown? Yeah, and Preston activates off the crown as well, right? So, I played against one of Carlo's Tyrion lists with a unit of crossbows that activated 24 times in one. And obviously it wasn't 24 times, but it felt like 24 times in one round, and it was just horrific, man. And then he made the same list but in Night's Watch, and then you couldn't go near them because there was a senior builder. 2 units of crossbows. Ooh. Leet, Leet, where are you? Have I missed something really obvious here about the first player steal? Or is it one of the mission cards? Yeah. They're just pausing for some sound problems. Excuse me. One of the Mandalorian cards. Let's go back to Mickey's stats first for look and look at him being a complete whore for the pre-folk. Oh no, I'm gonna have to turn off voices in game or we'll be able to hear them. Sound. Disable. I tell you what, like I've been enjoying messing about with. I don't know if any of you do anything. I know Chris does, but like if any of you do anything like graphic design or like media wise, but messing about with like After Effects, a lot of fun. You can do some really cool stuff in that program, but it is mind-boggling, like seriously mind-boggling. I'm sure you have to have like a fucking 7th level degree in wizardry to be good at it. Yeah, man. Like even I mean, I'm just following basic tutorials to do stuff, but you see these people like dashing through these tutorials, and they're just like it's hotkeys to bring up. Like you're messing about with an effect control, and there's like 17 different options for this effect control, and you're like, how the fuck do you know that contrast down by 2 points looks 50 better than when you have the Gaussian done by 17% at an angle of 90 degrees? You're just like, what? Like, how do you retain that much information? Yeah, man. I've got media keys on my keyboard. It's for the play pause button's like worn out now. So I basically only use AA in Premiere. I've done like a few little basic bits, like doing some nice font and stuff in Photoshop. But if I draw anything, which I'm not very good at either, I like to use Procreate because it's on my iPad and I've got an Apple Pencil. Lightroom's pretty cool. I took some pictures of the wife in the bin, or the fiance in the bin the other day. Yeah, man. Like, my lass was buzzing because she was like, oh, you can get rid of all my wrinkles with this slider. She was obviously Googling it. So it was fantastic. Looked like my Ben was wearing a full face of makeup. Ben's a kid, by the way. Scrazzyman 10099. Want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers on blah, 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 blah. Get a fork. I probably use on 2% of what you can offer. You can see if you get a doctor on the damn program. I'm not surprised, mate. Like, to be honest with you, you know, I've put a lot of time into nursing, but actually, I feel like I should have went into a creative career. I very much enjoy what I do, but I just feel like I think I would probably enjoy my vocation more if it was a creative one instead of a... But then again, I've never been in a creative one, so I wouldn't know. So we've got we've got a unit of raiders influenced by steer, and they are charging this unit of mountainsmen who've got the 2 extra victory points on them. We're looking for is it 5s to hit? No, 4s to hit. Man, yeah, 4s to hit, but 3 if they're ganging up. So we've got all 3, 4, 5, 6 hits plus 2 automatic wounds. Not very far. Oh shit! I've still got that. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for keeping us right. I don't know, man. I'm too busy talking about fucking After Effects. It's your fault. He rolled a 5 for his charge, which was enough. And we saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds total. Pass the morale. Five's usually enough for everyone, mate. So that's another VP there, and that'll be for Cersei taking the swords. So Mickey's now on up 2. So it looks like we're going to see a shot into the raiders from the crossbows, and probably because the mountainsmen have still got the activation to go, another swing into them. Oh, you left your dice in. 7 dice, hitting on 3s, no rerolls. Mediocre. 3 hits, but it's just 6s. No saves. That's 3 raiders down and then test at -1. It's a fail, lose another 4. Man, those 4 model panic checks really suck, don't they? I know Brett's not a fan of them. Yeah, because I was going to say they're going to have to take a panic test now, right? He did. He rolled 7 dice and hit on 3s. Mountainsmen on 7 on the second row. Ah, yeah, I'm talking shit. There you go. But now, has he lost? He hasn't lost sight of them, has he? Mate, I'm looking almost exclusively at your lovely chat in the chat box. I'm relying on you to tell us what's happening in the game. Swift advance. Nasty little card. Interesting, he's moving the trappers. He's already in, excuse me, trap range of most people. Sorry, if you've got a young kid, you know what I'm feeling at the minute. So whether he's there to just be a nuisance or maybe take a shot, who knows. But presenting them to the crossbows like that doesn't seem like a... Yeah, yeah. So he's going to try and shoot into the... with a 2-inch shift to the left, he should be able to shoot into the side of the mountain's men. Charging? Okay. Aren't they better at shooting? I suppose he wants the rerolls, right? Yeah, 5 VP's a big lead in turn 2. Like a really big lead. Looking for 5s. Hit 3 times. Mountains men 4 base. Go up to 5 for the side. Saves 2. That's 1 wound. -1 at the panic check. I think they're 7 base, so going up to 8. Oh, that's a pass. Shit, you're right, Bruce, yeah. You're alright. Just taking down another rank, maybe. You would think they would potentially be going for an overrun. The dervishes into the back of those trappers, though, could be fairly substantial. So, dervishes, we've got Panicked and Weakened, Swift Strike, make a free retreat action if engaged, get free attacks with the bags, and they're on 8 dice on a 3+. And Mr. Mountain gives them additional D3 wounds, automatically panicked, which doesn't matter anyways. Problem is, though, there's a chance. There is a small chance that these dervishes smash into the back of these trappers, one-shot them, and then overrun into the side of those raiders. That's 2 units in a water. He's probably still got one more Ender's Horde somewhere, but... that'll be a big swing. Yeah. Can't forget about those. How's sound levels, by the way? Because it looks a little bit like my voice is clipping a bit, so if it is, will you let us know? Those trappers still have the traps as well, right? The ones next to the horses. Get a bit more cinematic view for you. Oh. Never nice taking 3 wounds off some traps, like. So I don't know if he's going to try and angle for a side charge. Interesting. He's going for the trappers. It's in. So you'd be better aligning, yeah, 100%, I was going to say. Yes. 3-inch charge for them, right? No, 2-inch charge. But I mean, you're between the devil and deep blue sea there, aren't you? Because you've got 2 units of raiders over one side and 1 unit of raiders on the other. I suppose the one of those unit raiders coming in does mean that look like a decent roll, but yeah, that's a really good roll, but obviously it's weakened. So you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 hits out of that. Oh no, it didn't because of -1 to hit, so you only got 3 in the end. Ouch. No saves. Passes his morale. So he traded 3 trappers for a knight. It's probably not that great of a trade, really, is it? Is he just going to go for it? Yeah. Kill the activation with Val. Makes sense. Going for the retreat? No. Can't do that. I don't know if his yeah, his other trade's in the way. He can't retreat that way. He's stuck. He's wedged. Go with the bows. Do you have surcharge in the trappers in the back? Just. Oh, are they 6 movement or 5? They're 6, so he's well within range. I mean, I would be semi-tempted. I know you're betting on doing a lot of damage, but yeah, or win. Well, Bob, that's what I was. So really, he would want to be all the way over at the right hand side if he wanted to overrun, wouldn't he? Yeah. He's got 2 cards in hand. They're panic and weakened now, right? So 8 dice, 3 plus D3. Reroll that one. It's a shame you can't roll the D3 reroll the D3 as well. Yeah, so we've got a full complement there. 8 wounds. Looking for 6s. Now he saves 1, or saves 2. So that's 6 die. 6 die. Panic test at -2. So 10s. Wow. Okay. Oh, they're panicked, yeah. Oh, dear me. 2 in a row. Some hot rolling. Man, that, do you know, I can't remember who it was I played against. But, I think it might have been George. I played against some free folk and I rolled an ungodly amount of 8 plus or 9 plus. So Bruce, I don't think you can get it again because this only happens once. It's only the first time in a round. Yeah, I'll just double check, but yeah, so once this round, when an enemy destroys a friendly combat unit, place 2 points. Yeah, it would be naughty if it was multiple times, like. I don't think that quite went how we wanted it to go, though. Crossbow's still to go. So I think he's just got to rely on finishing off a unit with them, maybe. He could charge. He could charge with the crossbows, as mad as it sounds. Yeah, man. I was never like a massive fan of the secret mission card like modes because yeah, I agree charge would be better. Less chance of making your own unit in there. The card draw from Preston. Yeah. It's got crowns, right? Yeah. Man, I feel rusty as fuck, man. This is the first game I've commented on in yeah, a long time. Since before Christmas. I mean, WAP, you call them melee stats, I call them. Oh shit, they're 4 plus. What the fuck? Four plus, man. I thought they were 5 plus, in all fairness. It's only 5 dice, though. It's 2 more dice than you need. Yeah, it's not looking bad, I don't think. They charged the back of the trappers that had charged the mountains men. They did 6 wounds total, and then they didn't finish them off because he passed 2 10+ panic checks, and then they retreated with the what's it called? Swift strike. He's got 2 cards. He's sitting on 2 cards. Yeah, they will. They will. I suppose what he's got to try and do is maybe do enough work so that that when they come in, they're going to struggle to do anything big. That's 3 hits. He only needed 3. No saves. Oh, 1 save. Oh, fuck. Did he re-roll his hits? Or did he, Nah, he's failed it. Down they go. Yeah, those stakes could be a problem. Dervishes are out in the open though, right? Imagine if Lannister had a swift maneuver that you could use on cavalry. That'd be nice. So do we still think the Free Folk and the Starks are going to be top of the pops? He did. He's got 3 cards in hand now. Interesting. Maybe. Well, Tyrion, of course. Who else? A man known for his animal husbandry and horse riding abilities. So we are seeing a surrounded and exposed. Ah, lost their ability, right. So that has 6 dice on 3s here, right? Because of group up. So 5 hits. One wound. Is it oh, it's start of any turn, yeah. You're right, dude. It's a failure. Weasel, considering you had suggested the homebrew session, are you going to submit the first list? I think that would be apt. Will do. 40 points in Fluffy, man. Fluffy and fun. We're directly ignoring meta. I'm not bothered about if it can win tournaments. I just want you to, even better if you can maybe point to a part of a book or part of a story that you like that sort of resonates with the list. Don't know if you ever watched a YouTube bat rep that were released. It was me versus. Oh, nice. Me versus Carlo, and he played. We both played fairly fluffy lists. He played like a builder with like wall defense list, which he absolutely hammered us like. But we'll forget about that. But I played like a Lannister raiding party with the help of the Bones. Like I was thinking of like like scouring the plains, burning them down villages. Lots of nasty things happening to people that people don't want to talk about. It would have worked in there were a lot of lists, just not in so much ranged. Cheers, man. So having no Lancer supremacy there didn't really make a huge difference because a fun ELO list. Interesting. I'd like to see that. Harmer's list, Harmer's unit understandably just sitting back, doing what they do best, recycling cards. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. There's still a surprise unit of Spearwives to come on though, and I'm starting to think that he might have forgotten about them. If those Spearwives get into the back of those crossbows, it could be a big problem. Need it in? Oh, it's a retreat. I can't make it all the way back. I can't make it. You can't retreat through your opponent's trees either. I believe. Correct as if I'm wrong. Yeah. Can they yeah, they ignore all bases when moving, don't they? They just have to end not touching. It looks like you can't retreat, Michael, unless you're just going to go an inch back. That's all you can do. No, I'm not. Is it on Twitch? Who's streaming it? Oh, Discord stream. There's Ariakis. Yeah. I'll dip my head in. See what's happening.
Holding the crown.
I'm gonna.
Oh, that's loud. I'll mute that.
Okay. So I can.
It's turn 2. Mickey's just trying to keep Homer out of the way of those crossbows. Looks like it's 1-0, but I don't know which side who's on. Oh, using House of the Undying. Looks like it's 1-0 to the Lannisters at the moment. The Stocks. Oh, stay still, Ariagas. Come on. Yeah, it's Mod versus Lannisters, yeah. He's using the same list as he's using the same list as our gent, Dancken. Oh no, he's not. He's Tyrion commander. I'll poke my head back in a little while. Make you taking some cards? Reset around. Dank to go first. Currently 2-1, but we're selecting missions now. Nope. Mickey waving those spear wives at him just to make sure he doesn't forget. Oh, confidence from Mickey there. Mission straight done. Oh. Lovely that, like. Lovely. How hard did you guys find it picking your missions for Winter Winter then? It's 4 you have to choose, isn't it? At the end of the round, if you control the center objective, score 2. Mickey is putting down, if your opponent claims a zone on the tactics board before you do, score 1 point. Alright. Interesting. Do you have anything nice, Carlo? Just start around 3, mate, yeah. I think in Mickey's defense, it's been so fairly equal for... Oh, chicken and chorizo pasta. I love chorizo because it gives us a wake up in. Did you ever see that chili oil that I made, Carlo? I made like with loads of Chinese spices. Yeah, they've lost a fairly significant chunk of stuff. I think you still got one end of sword left though. Oh, right, we're seeing a order to destroy. So Mickey's getting a VP there for them taking a... That's second orders, you're right, yeah. So 2 wounds onto the unit. It's auto in. But you just did 1 to 1. 1 or a 2 actually, because of the traps. And he's going to be rolling +2 dice, so it's a 10 dice charge. Oh, and Fury of the Mountain. So 10 dice, 5 plus crit, blow, and D3 automatic wounds. That should be a dead unit of raiders. I shouldn't have said that, because it's probably not going to be now. Yikes, okay. We roll those 2s. Wow. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, plus 1 automatic. So that's enough to kill them. Yeah, not a lot from that one book combo though, mate. You know, you'd expect a bit more. They should be panicked as well because of, yeah, there we go. So 5s. Ooh, 5 saved. That is nasty. So it's going to take a crit fail. Groose, it is Mickey's already scored his, which is if your opponent claims a zone on tactics board before you do, score 1 point, which is why he's ended up with 3. And Dancken placed at the end of the round, if you control the center objective, score 2 points. So Mickey needs a crit fail here. Oh, so he wants to. He's failed, but he just wants the 3 here. Nah, he just got the 3. But that was a free charge, so you can score that one more than once. Okay. Yeah, you're right. So it doesn't say it's limited to once. Sorry, Colo, I meant that wasn't their action this turn, so there's still a chance to finish them off. What? Are you in your secret guys here? Is this the incognito account? Diversion tactics. Free move. Oh, everyone needs to go and make sure they check out. I've just seen I was scrolling there that Chris has put an update on from Sunday Slaughter saying they've dropped a new podcast, episode 3. Go and check it out on their YouTube. No worries, man. You make good content. It's worth watching. Ooh, dead dragon in the other game. Tyrion, Danny forgot about the Iron Fleet. Well, unfortunately, she forgot about the Casterly Rock. I think that's a problem. Most likely they're fucking crossbowmen. It's hide armor. I'm so fucking excited for the Greyjoys coming out, man. Honestly. The models are unreal. Yeah. Do you play much D&D? I'm trying to coax the other lads to step up to this campaign that I want to run. I thought it would make some nice what's the word? Content that's sort of horizontal to what we all like. So we're all here for the game because we love the game, but actually a lot of people that love the game love it because they love the world and they love the lore and they love the books or the TV series or whatever your preference is. So I thought it would be nice to just do a little like a little RPG campaign with maybe some faces that you know, and then hopefully towards the end of it, when things like battles start happening, we can maybe translate it onto the board as well, which would be quite cool. There's a lot of people doing really good content like battle reports which are, you know, quite highly competitive or, you know, mega better quality than mine. So instead of like trying to beat people who are really good at doing what they do and try and like scrabble for attention that way, I just want to maybe offer some slightly alternative but like accompanying content. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. The Warhammer Fantasy RPG, it's like I've played a campaign. I've never GM'd it. Well, I've played some sessions and I think it's just awesome, man. It's just so like fucking dark and gritty and like everything's out to kill you and make you look like an idiot. I love it. don't get us wrong, still going to do plenty of like competitive style battle reports and coverage on tournaments, but I just think I don't want to. Well, I've got both. I've got both, but the newer one, just I don't know, just I've got the PDFs, but the new one, the dice check system looks pretty cool, so I just thought I'll give that a go. Don't. Interesting. Is there any like major difference between the two that you think was like? Ah, got you. I'm desperate to play some RPGs. I'm absolutely desperate. It's shit. Like my job just basically disallows me from doing anything other than one shots because I never have the same time off. Got Pycelle going on letters. Who's going to get healed? So I don't actually know what the deal is with GameStop, but my fiance was talking about it earlier on. Is it like getting liquidated or something? Okay, Weasel, I'll check it out. And if it's that good, like so like I say, I've got them. I bought like a what they're called, like a fucking a bundle of holding, and I just got everything in. Yeah, we've got Game, which is like I think the same sort of equivalent. We used to have GameStop, but it just fucking disappeared. But it's the same, man. It's just like more expensive than everywhere else. Like, just fucking rip people off. The only time they ever make money is like when people go and buy their kids presents on Christmas and they don't have a fucking clue what they're buying. New consoles, man, they've just fucking came out. Mickey did take swords. I don't know what he attacked with, but he put. But after that, Dancken put down. Excuse me. I'm presuming it's. It looks like you got one hit. If it's this roll here, you got one hit, and looks like a save, especially if it was against the knights. Oh, there goes Mance. Mance is on the crowns. Zap. That's a pass. Oh, no, it's not. Seven's a fail with a -1, right? Take 2 wounds. Oh, this could be it. Nope, 3. Dancken does a thing. It's my least favourite thing of all time when I'm playing against people in Tabletop Simulator. The press R wants to roll dice. Like, if it's not like 10 times, you're not even rolling it, in my opinion. That shit's got to be fucking spinning in the air. 3 dice. Big old 3 dice. To pass. No, are they 5s? No, they're 4+. Surprised he didn't put steer on them, actually. Who did he put steer on? Was it Steyer? Why is steer not down? Is it an optional? Nah. I say steer as well. All normal people do, man. It's just like people like that dude off Gorilla Muncher Games and that say steer. Oh, I've gone over on. Got you. That card that's just there, yeah. Have we got the overrun? He didn't even attack, did he? How did he die? Oh, that might have been the knights attacking. Yeah, I think it might have been the knights lead. What did they roll on the last rank? 3? Yeah, it was the knights. All of this done, and you've got to remember, Mickey's still 2 points ahead. Weasel, have you ever played any Starfinder? I've got a pretty major hard-on for that game, like. So we could potentially see a charge from the dervishes into Harmer's unit. Do you think Mickey might have sat on these spearwise for too long? What do you think? We saw a lot of people complained a little bit about the space combat, but I think it just takes it. I think that takes a good or a group of people who are willing to RP a little bit. But I think space combat can be really fun if you RP it out. Gives you a chance to play William Shatner for a while, doesn't it? Yeah. What happens if they both play? Does it just stay normal? I've got all the Pathfinder 2e stuff as well, but like I say, fucking getting the opportunity to play a regular campaign, which is what most people want to do, is difficult for me. I just picked up Soulbound. Oh, got you. I just picked up Soulbound, which is the Age of Sigmar RPG, and apparently it's like basically made for one shots because all your characters are fucking superheroes at the start of it. So it does really well in short campaigns or one shots. Yeah, so I've been. I don't know if you might have seen. Oh well, you'd have seen, Greg. But I've been obviously playing a lot of Sea of Thieves in the breaks between work and stuff, and my fiance was looking at 7th Sea to try and maybe run something that would tickle that scratch, or what's the scratch that itch for us? Not tickle that scratch. Yeah, fuck D&D, man. It's boring as shit. I really like Iron Kingdom's RPG. That's one of the most fun ones I've played, actually, because you literally just use the fucking War Machine and Horde's dice system. Greg, I'll take a photo of my RPG shelf later on and post it, right? Just like guess how many of them have been played versus not been played. Yeah, yeah, but I don't want to play it in 5e. I just want to play it with the War Machine rules because they're good. Yeah, man. It's good source book or whatever, but I just don't want to play the game with the same fucking rules as a game that I don't really want to play that much. I think my big problem is I end up DMing 90% of the time and I never get to play. I can't even remember the last time I played in a campaign. I think my fiance started running Symbaroum. Got one session in and then we had to stop. I just want to fucking roll some dice and beat some people up. I ran Graveyard Shift from Wrath and Glory for some friends over 2 sessions. That was really fun. Wrath and Glory is a good system. Made some custom dice for TTS if anyone wants them. It isn't looking too good for Mickey right now, is it? It won't be fine if it gets tabled. I don't think it's going to get tabled. Yeah. Unless, like you say, they managed to, unless he snipes first turn. That's one thing I hate about trappers, and I know that's entirely the point, but them just being able to stand there and hold those fucking traps over your head is very frustrating. So he's going to want 3 on 2 dice here. Seems almost brave running in, but okay. If he fails this charge, could fail a panic test and just die. Yeah, totally agree, Greg. There's 2 wounds there. He wants 3 on 2 dice. That's it. It's enough. Influenced by Mance, but no tokens, so no big deal. Three hits. No crit blow. Oh, 4. No, 5 hits because of crit blow. 4 dead. We've got Vicious, so we're on a -2, makes it 10. Yikes. They've got a panic? No, they've got a weakened, right? Oh, can he? Doesn't have crowns though, so they're just getting the 2 back. It's not perfect. It would have been nice to get up to that next rank. Certainly if you can steal first turn, next turn though, it's going to make a hell of a difference for him. You could even... I mean, if he dropped Waldar on the swords and got a free attack off, could potentially he could point out there as well. Oh shit, yeah, because they're not behind. With steer on the swords, those trappers are likely to kill. Ooh, is that an in? Yeah, but it's disorderly. 6 dice on 3s. Sheehan, it's Winds of Winter. Just on the screen for you there, mate. We're currently playing with these game modes. This missions, that one doesn't really count anymore. But Lannister player Dancken is looking to potentially score this. So that's 5 hits, even with a yikes. That's 2 fails. They just passed, so Lannister Supremacy. Pine Test -2. It's a fail. 2 models. Still 2 wounds on some knights. Those Those knights definitely have not earned 8 points back this game. Real question is, do you think we're going to see the dervishes just go steamrolling into Harmer's unit, or... Oh, well, because of the rotation. Got you. And if they can't fit into there, then they can't... then they can't go into the side of the trappers either, right? It's naughty. They haven't. They did a charge with orders to destroy. This is their activation now. Is he going to give up the 2 points? He's going to give up that 2 points. He's given up that 2 points to try and steal first turn next turn. I'm not in... Is he just going for the wipe? Yeah, is that what he's going to try and do? Yeah. He's not going to get a flank charge off here, though, is he? Nah, you can't fit in there, mate. You cannot fit in there. Will that be a flank charge? Oh, well, won't it? Yeah. Still not seen an overrun, but I mean... Do you think it's going to be a turn one charge with the... with the... What are they called? Dervishes? Or do you think he's going to Walder the trappers and take a free attack on the with the mountains men to try and finish them off and hopefully score a point by them losing insignificant? That's probably what I would do, but I'm not a very good player, so... What can he force march though? Because the only thing that he could march... okay, we'll see a retreat. That's a long charge as well, because it would be through the... Yeah, sorry, you're right. Maybe. Maybe. You could still do first turn Walder and do what I said, like try and kill those up top. I think it's just Mickey to finish off, isn't it, right? Because Dankken's already done all his activations. Is Mickey going to charge? No, he's just walking away. Yeah, that's what you said was going to happen, Weasel. Excuse me, sorry. Dear me. Yeah. I think you probably will be allowed to take it. When you reveal this mission, if you have victory points in your opponent, score 1 and become the first player. Thought that was going to happen. And then mission 10, at the end of the round, for each objective you control on your opponent's side of the battlefield, score 1. So, what's he going to do with first activation? That's the real shout. What is he going to do? Currently we've got 26 people in the chat at the moment. Welcome. If you have not followed us already, please make sure to press the little follow button. Doesn't cost you anything. Helps us a lot. Also, if you've got Amazon Prime, you also get to subscribe for free using Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime. So feel free to use that if you like our content as well. Thank you very much. Oh, Weasel man, you're a little legend. That's 2 you've gifted. Thank you, Sheehan. Appreciate it, man. It's a shame, actually, because some of the newer guys who are here won't have seen like all of the steps that I took to improve the stream. So I did spend like a metric shit ton of money on new streaming gear, and then got fucking put in Lucky D, didn't we? No, couldn't even, and I don't mean streaming as in on the computer like this. I bought cameras and lights and like all sorts of equipment to make shit look good on the tabletop games that we're playing. Now we can't even play fucking tabletop games, man. Boris Johnson, what a wanker. Yeah, man. Louis, Weasel's a good guy. Speaking of t-shirts, Terra Shard, yeah. We've got some fucking awesome t-shirts as well. I'm a scrub and I'm not wearing one today, but we definitely do. Nice. What did you choose? Class. Awesome. I love I don't know if you've seen, we did a Facebook post not long ago. Clarence went on to onto Gorilla Miniature Games wearing a Northern Realms t-shirt. I was buzzing with that, like it was in fucking like bright like neon blue as well, like almost like a pastel blue. I've never haven't, because I'm a little goth and I wear everything in black or grey anyways. Grey, and I got the ghost tank on black. Oh, nice. So Kirsty, the tattooist who designed them, the first like set of ghost ones she did were the ones with the roses, like the flowers, and like I was like, oh, they're a bit girly, like, you know, blah blah blah. So I asked her to do it again, but I got both. So obviously I had the ones with the flowers on, which are a little bit more feminine. I mean, I've got the long sleeve t-shirt and the jumper with it on, but maybe it's a little bit more delicate than I was hoping. But then she did the one with the leaves from the Given Tree on as well, so that's fucking cool as out. Your fiance's a lucky woman. That's not what you want. So having to retreat a unit that you've tried to threaten with is definitely not what you want. Yeah, I mean, fuck it, man. I'm not fragile about my masculinity. I'll wear the normal Direwolves t-shirt, or well, I wear the long sleeve t-shirt and the sweater. But I just think I was trying to appeal to maybe in my head conceptually I was trying to appeal to a different audience. But yeah, so we've got a really cool one that Kirsty's finishing off at the moment, which is probably going to be good for one of your close pals, Weasel. I ordered some more actually because I like to see the quality of stuff before I actively advertise it. I'm happy. I mean, I wear my t-shirts and my hoodies from there all the time, and they're fucking like I hammer them, and my kid like fucking hangs off the tassels all day. But the print quality on them is still spot on after 7 million washes, so that's good. I've got the one that Greg designed, the Drowned God one. And I got a Lannister one, but with Stannis loyalty, because Stannis the Manus. And I finally sent Tom Tyler the t-shirt that he won after like 6 months. But it's because I totally forgot. At least I remember though. So I think he might just be chipping in an activation here. Or is this Mance? Sorry, Steer. Yeah, see, now, I mean, really, he's got two choices, hasn't he? But, yeah, Steer should really go on there. If he rolls well. So, well, I mean, the 3 VPs is what he kills, isn't it, really? If he rolls well, it's just going to kill him in a one-er. If he doesn't roll well, so that's... He is weakened, so you can ask him to re-roll those two. So no hits, just a 1 wound. So he's just relying on the 7+ save. That's a 7+. Yeah, well, it's an 8+. They survive. Yeah, that's a huge panic. Also, lucky bad roll with Steer and with just his dice in general. I would be tempted to just swing with the Mountains Men and just try and get rid of them. They've got Steer on them, you don't want to leave them alive. Like, it just seems mental to do that to me. I could be wrong, but I suppose there's another Endless Horde to worry about as well, isn't there? Only problem with taking bags is you're getting 3 wounds back. Puts you on a grand total of 6. It's not hard to lose 6 wounds to auto wounds plus panic. I would just be worried. I think he's got a good chance of... Oh, he hasn't got a good chance. No, I think there are only 4 dice on first rank, aren't there? So... who knows? Weakened again. Tell you what, like any of you, the English people in the chat, I don't know if this is just a northeast thing or something that you like as well, but I made like proper homemade rice pudding today for me and my lass. I sent some up to my mum as well. That's what you call home cooking. The good old days. Two hits, 1 automatic wound. Sorry if you can hear Matt. Fiance hammers on Facebook Messenger. That's a pass test as well. So that's 2 ranks. There's 5 dice on 2 ranks. They're not 6 dice on 2 ranks. So they've got a much better chance of killing them now. I'd be tempted to just activate them, although you might want to activate the knights as well. Dear me. I'm not used to all this staying up late malarkey. It's half past 8. Cersei on the letters. Is you going to try and guarantee the kill on the... I feel like this is pretty important. Where would you put it? I would put it on the trappers. Why is Mance over here? I just don't understand. There's no way they're going to die. Am I missing something really stupid here? Are they trappers? Oh, they're trappers. Get rid of the traps. Got you. I thought they were raiders. My mistake. But what's he going to do with this unit of crossbows was pressed in? Surely they're not even close to being in range for a... I wish you could fucking measure as a... That's something that they need to fix in TTS as well. Being able to measure as a spectator, but just so that... Because they can't see your hand anyways, so what fucking difference does it make if you measure or not? This is where somebody tells us it's in the options. And she can subterfuge. What are you doing? Can we go out? Oh my cat wants to go out. Yeah. I'm crossing your legs, kid. As you were in here. Yeah. Guess who's back? The missions this round are when you reveal this mission. Dancken stole first player, and Mickey's got score a VP for every objective he owns in the enemy's territory. Don't fucking do it. Yeah, that's gonna happen. I wish you could turn off that fucking automatic bullshit at the start of a... Line's supposed to be trying. So what he's talking about is there is another game happening right now. I'll see if I can get it up. Sorry, Agus is streaming it. Somebody needs to message Ariakas. And just say stop moving the camera around so much. So I got told off for it all the time. So we're seeing a three dice attack with knights, no hits at all. Knights are fucking useless with one rank, but even worse when they're not charging. I'm maybe would have just retreated. I don't know. It's hard to say. Oh, you can't get all the way on. Yeah. I'm not sure actually, Carl. I'm not sure. It doesn't say it on that little card, but I don't know if that's super abbreviated. It's a shame, isn't it, when somebody takes two beefy unit, like, so we've got the mountain in dervishes and we've got a unit of knights, and neither of them have had a massive impact on the game, and you really look for two investment units like that. I mean, I know dervishes are only 7, but they've got his commander in. that's a fairly chunky combat commander. Knights are 8, and they just really haven't pulled their weight. So I think might be seeing the Mountainsmen attack. Yeah. 6 dice. Oh dear me. So that's only 4 hits. 4 hits with 6. 6 to save. It's 1 save, 3 die, and we've got a panic test and -2. It's 10 and 2 wins. Ooh. He's trying to guarantee it here, isn't he? So he's going to be minus. I think he can't pass, can he? Or is it just double 6 always passes? Yeah, that's a unit. Things could start getting difficult for me from here unless Jarl comes in next turn close to those no fieldy. Just yeah, me roll. He's already played 1 fieldy, hasn't he? So I tell you what, like that's one thing that I'm not going. I am going to miss about TTS when we finally get to play in real life again. Like the accuracy of the movement, because fucking, especially when you're playing against people like Scott, like fucking eking an extra 6 inches of movement out of a pivot, full trays width. Yeah, man. If you haven't noticed, me and Scott have got a bit of a dynamic. He's like my best friend, but fucking, I tell it like it is. Gets no special treatment. What we got? Counterplot. So we're counterplotting a endless horde. Oh, and you can't even reroll. Yeah, you're right, Carl. That's never happened to me, thankfully. I don't play that much Night's Watch. I did play it in the NRG League, didn't I? But yeah, it was all Alasethorn and the Hunters, Ranger Hunters. The Dragons wins on a 4+ charge. That was a 5. And that's in. By the looks of it. I wish they weren't both using fucking red trays though. Mighty 4 damage. Goose, how does he win from this charge, like? Hmm. Yeah, I'm watching the other game. He's in. He. Oh, do you mean the 4+ charge from the side? The other dragon, not the one that's engaged. Because he's already activated, hasn't he? Oh, that's a big charge. Can't believe this is round 4 and it's still only 3-2. Yeah. Yeah. But so this is something that I think maybe, I know you wanted to stop the trappers, but he could have eked out another point by getting rid of the insignificant on the other unit. Yeah. What would you have done, Weasel? Would you have stopped? Would you have got rid of Insig on the unit that he killed up at the top? The game's still going, Cole. This game's still going. It's a unit of something left, I don't know. But is this new round now? Yeah, they're on a new round now. And it looks like, I think it might be crossbows. There's one unit of crossbows against 2, and I just got a 10 VP. Yeah, all done. So it looks like Mother Dragons wins. Yeah. So we're seeing a swift advance and a counterplot. He makes those. Well, he didn't. Laddie wins. Did it? $10-4. I left the stream. I thought it was over. Ten's the end, isn't it? And who's that? Who won? Mickey has 3. So the free folk. I can't. Sorry, I was trying to get some of those nice graphics that Mickey made onto the stream before we actually got to this point, but we didn't have time, unfortunately. I apologise. Rough. So at the end of this round, it's going to be 5-5. He's moving off. What? I'm so confused. Can anyone tell us what's going on, please? Well, it would have been 5-5 whilst he was standing on that centre objective, because that's his mission. Oh, no, it wouldn't, because he's not got that mission anymore. It'd be 4-6. Why 4-6? He's only a control on 1. B 4-3. Gotcha. Yeah, one thing that you can definitely not rely on me for is maths. That's for sure. Mickey first next turn. The Spearwives have got to come on early doors, haven't they? Otherwise it's game over. Right, it's time for Mickey to fucking step up. What's he gonna do? See first turn hold? Oh, we need to decide submissions first. Yeah, so Dancken has played his. Danken's playing mission 5. If you destroy enemy commander, score 2 points. If your commander has been destroyed plus score plus 1 point if you destroy the enemy commander. And Mickey is playing at the end of the round for each objective you control, score 1. So he's going to go for a big jump in points here, isn't he? That's what he's aiming for. What's Mickey's first play? Yeah. Influence someone, get y'all on the board. Both, Bob. My fucking headset's about to run out of battery. He is. Have you seen him in real life? He's even shorter than you'd think. Doesn't help when I'm fucking 6'1", Scott's about 6'3". Dancken played the kill commander, and Mickey played score 1 point for every objective you're on at the end. Oh, well, yeah. So you know the hobbits come from that sort of area. that is a fairly heavily influenced unit of dervishes, which is probably going to put a bit of the kosh on the what did he take back? I didn't see. Probably putting a bit of kosh on the killing of the commander. Weakened and panicked. These, I believe, Mickey's played it so that these are still out of range to shoot. Yeah, Mickey's going to go to at least 7 with these spear wives. Is he missing the elephant in the room here? I feel like he is. Like he's just leaving that unit of mountains men there. Didn't get as much of it as he probably hoped, did he, Weasel? I think he was hoping for probably a bit more of an explosive turn. Agreed. He played that turn before and then moved off it, so he could play the steel first turn card. Yeah, I think you probably did, man. Still not a. It's been a fairly consistent, steady game. I don't think there's been a massive amount of stuff happening. It's definitely a game of chess, not checkers. Oh, Patton's men are back. Not entirely sure they can survive it, but okay. Yeah, free attack from steer. Shot in the side. Actually, that's a good point. I wonder why he doesn't just do the steer shooting in the back. Because the spearwive's got better profile, right? 7 dice on 4s as opposed to the 6 dice on 4s. Yeah, definitely. And -2 instead of minus... What the fuck? And it means when they charge. So, I mean, 3 wounds, 5 hits. It's enough to just do him in a one. Who do you play, Viber? Save 3. But he's vulnerable. Save none. He's gone. That's 3 points for Mickey. He's up to 7 now. Lance appears as dead. When a friendly unit is destroyed, enemy unit becomes panicked, enemy unit becomes vulnerable. If you control the money bag, also return one of the discarded card to your hand. What's you going to take back? I would like orders to destroy to come back. Yeah, orders to destroy is back. Mountains men are dead. Yep. Just needs to remove them. Nice. Yeah, so Tully, like Tully affiliation stocks is definitely a playable list. Obviously it just lacks maybe a bit of breadth, so you end up having to take some non-Tully units. I mean, you can play all Tully, but you'll probably lack a bit of the flexibility that you need to play sort of moderately competitively. But yes, Weasel, the Mountains Men are definitely dead. Are they trying the charge? Well, I'm pretty sure 2 won't make it. Oh, hold on. That does make it. Did anyone use their traps though? Because that would be a... Wait, hold on. Why did it not make it? Oh, the -1 movement. Oh, dear me. He's influenced by Mance. Was that an order to destroy as well? Might have been. Yeah. I think Mickey's managed to weather the storm enough. So Mickey is already on 7. All he needs to do is go on to here, 8. He's on there for 9. If he can manage to rotate them and get them onto there, it's 10. He's won. That's all he needs to do. Not if they get charged by the raiders first. The raiders still have their activation. Although, will they fit? No overruns have been played. He has played 0 overruns. He doesn't need to finish the night, he just needs to get 10 points, doesn't he? It's the trappers that'll be moving on to the objective. Knights might, I suppose. But it wouldn't be 7+2 because there's the. So there's the, oh yeah, Raiders scoring would put Raiders not scoring would put him to 9. So his trappers can move back onto the one that's behind him. They're 6 movement, remember. So the trappers down on this side, well, they can't anymore because of that. But they could have moved back onto here. They could still retreat onto there, no problem at all, if they don't die in one shot. And if these get onto here, and they stay on there, that's 3 points, that's 10. He just needs to survive the fucking 6 dice with Criplo here. Which looks like he's probably going to. Is he weakened? No. I guess I reroll those, right? He's just going for crits. Oh, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, might be difficult. No saves. Just takes 5 wounds. Passes this, he wins. Nah. It's a unit. Point for insignificant. The removal of, sorry. Overrun. Overrun indeed. That's no, Dan's a bunch of crits here. Yeah, I mean... Could. Says 10 to kill. It's not easy to do. A bit of discussion here. Playing diversion tactics. So that should have been declared before overrun, right? No? Oh, because the attack sequence includes... So when a friendly unit destroys an enemy, and this one's after a friendly combat unit is attacked. Attack includes a panic, yeah. And the destroyed set, doesn't it? Yeah. But surely if that's the case, overrun would come first as well then. Because but overrun says when a friendly unit destroys an enemy, which it does as part of the attack action, and he's the first, or Mickey's the first player, yeah, so he gets to go first. Is the Surge Force not part of the attack action, like? Right. Got you. Got you. I think this happened to me, when was it? I think I might have been playing... Oh no, it wasn't. I was watching a game from Ben, and that came in when he was playing against one of his mates. Yikes, so 6 hits total. No saves. Oh, 1 save. There's 3 motor panic. Yeah, so Mickey's going to be on 9, right? He's already used both his swift advances. He's used both his swift advances, so he can't. Yeah, but he's only on 7, so he can only cover 2 objectives here. Spear wives are 5 or 6? 5. He won't be able to get to this one. He's already used both his diversion tactics. Oh, he hasn't played that yet, but he's ahead, so you can't play it now. You need to be behind. You can't, you have to be behind on VP to get it. To play it. I think. Got you. I'm not sure his opponent. I don't think Dancken can table him now at all. Yes. They look like they were. I'm not entirely sure why he's moving away. I don't know. It certainly looked. I mean, that's. So that's 12, that's 13, that's 14, so you can definitely. Ah, yeah. So he's just wasted the activation instead. Hmm? You, yeah, because you can. You're not allowed to pivot off. You're not allowed to pivot off the board. Yeah, that's what I thought. So you would be allowed to pivot and head down towards that to the thing, as long as he doesn't stay outside the. Cheers, Bob. Thanks for stopping by, man. This is just sort of the last few tired swings now, isn't it? Take it easy, man. Have a good weekend. I don't know if it's worth just trying to like literally just going for a Hail Mary charge. How far do you reckon that is? 7 inches? Need a 3 on 2 dice? Kill that unit? Nah, tell us about it, Carlo. I've signed up to do that one tomorrow as well, and I'm at work the next day. And it starts at 8. What was that? He's not got long left, Weasel. Just get it over and done with. Don't worry, man. I'm just happy to be able to put some streams out again. So, yeah, one day of being groggy at work's not that bad. I'll just have a strong coffee in the morning. Luckily, I'm only in for one shift and then off for one, so. Hopefully my stats screen will look a little bit more interesting when there's 2 players that have actually got fucking games under their names. Obviously, all the stats are supplied by Songwise and Fire, ASOIAF-stats.com, run by Z4 Industries. So seeing some ooh, dear me. The dice do not abide. It's another that's 5 trappers, but it's 6 trappers, but 6 isn't enough, man. It's not. Ah, he had another diversion tactics. Yeah, he's just going for the Hail Mary charge here. He's just going to try and get it. Is he? Oh, no, he's not. He's going to march on to... Yeah, this is the end of the game. Yeah, I forgot about that, Weasel. That's an extra card back, isn't it? They're going to do nothing. And then they're going to move over. They're going to march onto there. That's game. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It'll end 7-4. Bloody free folk, yeah. Just wait for that score to go up. Yeah, he did, and he was lucky with a couple of the big couple of big panic checks saved his bacon as well. Right, let's go and have a little chat there, lads. Yo.
Game.
Yeah, so I might leave tabletop because it's like really slow. But
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Hello, boys.
You right?
hello.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going alright.
It was a good game. I made silly mistakes. It's, you know, you live and you learn.
Of course, yeah. I mean, you were up against it from the start, weren't you? A 4 combat activation list into, was it 8 or 9?
It'll be 8.
8 combat activation lists. Never an easy start. Even after you managed to start chewing your way through them, an endless horde.
Yeah, I was really
So-
hoping for this horde to be counterplotted the second time at least. But
Yeah,
it was a tough game.
I think that first counterplot missing on Endless Horde was rough. So
I think,
It was, but you know, you can't.
yeah. In some ways, I think that counterplot was
Mickey.
game like that. Failing that counterplot failing was probably game losing.
yeah,
And yet, you know, that was not necessarily a situation where you'd have thought it would be.
No.
And it just put
I
unnecessary
think
pressure.
I lost. Yeah, I think I lost the game. I was around 4 or something, around 3 or around 4, when I positioned myself in a position where I didn't see you.
Yeah.
I'd totally forgotten that I couldn't see through my own unit, which
Mhm.
was essentially my mistake. And then you were able to move back, and I wasn't able to get Clegane into an overrun situation where you
Mhm.
could
Mhm.
quite easily taken out 2 units.
I think
Yeah, I mean-
there was a couple of big morale saves as well. I think you passed a 10 plus morale
Yeah.
twice, which
Yeah, with the reroll, that was banned.
yeah, that could have been a big tip in the other direction for the whole game. But yeah, I mean, it was great to watch.
I think the only part that really annoyed me is that I don't know if you caught that in the very end. I had a very long turn. I activated my crossbowman,
hmm
went through his deck, realized I can't shoot because he'll then move on to the point with diversion tactics. So I went over to Clegane, but realized that I'd already activated that unit and drawn the card for it. So I went back to the archers again. Totally forgot about diversion tactics and then shot.
Oh dear me! After you had already stopped yourself from doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
man.
that's. I could have maybe not won the game, but at least it would been a closer
Mhm.
score in the end if I didn't do that.
Yeah, it's
But,
all.
I mean, it would
the-
have got another round.
There's a big
Yeah.
there's a big mental element to playing against lists like this. I think, personally, I've found it. I think when you aren't making as much headway as you feel like you should be, sometimes you do start making mistakes because you don't get lackadaisical, but like you kind of, you almost psych yourself out a little bit. Free folk, scary army to come up against. There was always plays that people were watching from the outside would have been like, oh well, this is the obvious play, but when you're in the game, it's never that easy, man. It's never that easy.
Exactly. And I think you know, I have a really good gaming team at home.
Mhm.
Some really nice players, and they really help me prepare for the other matches.
Good.
I don't have a free folk player in my group,
Right.
so I'll be honest. Before this week,
Mhm.
I had never played free folk.
Oh wow.
So I played a couple of practice games against non-free folk players with Mickey's lists. So
Mhm.
that helped a lot. Like,
Mhm.
I had an idea at least now, but I'll definitely, I think, going into the next game with free folk, have a much better understanding of what they can do with, because the real problem is really how they block off each other, right? So
Yeah.
if,
Yeah.
if
They deny you access, don't they?
exactly, if that hadn't happened, I'd actually never seen that happen on that level.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, it's but that again is because you've not played against free folk players, because that's
Exactly.
one of their strengths. The sheer amount of bases being able to deny charge angles, and I think if you had have been able to get Gregor and the dervishes in, when you want to do
yeah,
it,
you saw whenever he ran in something.
yeah.
Like,
So
I mean,
I think great play from Mickey. I was definitely outplayed in this game. It wasn't anything else.
Well, I
So
wouldn't.
it was a good game.
Yeah. So I wouldn't take that to heart, mate, because he's put a lot of games into free folk and he's got a good win rate with them. So he's an experienced player. That's not a big deal, man.
No. I'm really happy. I think I made some silly mistakes, but it was a good game. It was fun.
Yeah.
So
Good.
I'll need to win the next two, but you know,
I reckon the thing is, you've got. I mean, I don't know about this Gregor list personally.
No.
Like, I don't know if this is a. I mean, I spoke to Carlo, and Carlo just, he's a
Hates
Lance
this
player at
list?
heart. He
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily hate it so much as he doesn't understand why you bring it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can actually explain that a little.
Go on.
So I brought the High Sparrow list as a anti-dragon list.
Mm-hmm.
Which is reasonable, yeah.
Yeah. So that was my list. This could play against dragons. It works. This is my option for. This was essentially my anti-mammoth list.
Okay.
I looked at mammoths and I said, okay, I need Cersei. I need a few things, and it's a little bit of a Hail Mary list, right? I could have picked Tyrion. Tyrion would have been better. That's obvious. But in my experience, sometimes when you feel like you're going into a game where you're at disadvantage, having these Hail Mary plays where you can charge, overrun, take out 2-3 units in one go, that can really swing the game, even if you're kind of gotten a bit behind. That's why I like Gregor. But of course, there was a lot of situations in this game where I could have benefited from Tyrion instead, for sure.
I think on that note, I mean, this is why we talked about it in the game, but Mance, the reason that Mance is so strong in a free folk list, and for anyone who thinks Steer is the best NCU, they're wrong. Steer's a really good one, but Mance is just straight up the best.
Yeah.
Because it just gives you so much, like -1 move and -1 attack dice on the first rank with the tokens is just really good. That is just a really good ability. That is, that's, you could argue, if you think of it like that if that's the only thing, if you only ever put a weakened token with him, it is literally just straight up better than Pycelle. Now, for a point more, like, if that's all that Mance did, that would be a really good improvement, but it wouldn't be, like, probably out the ballpark crazy. But when you start building those tokens up, like, you're just nuking units into doing nothing. And against the Tyrion style lists, usually they only run 1 Knights of Castle Rock, and you just nuke it into oblivion and go, you don't have Lance anymore. So what are you going to do with Tyrion? You're just going to plug all these activations into a unit that doesn't really do anything. Or you're going to plug it into crossbows, which, I can play around crossbows in a way.
Yeah.
Swift advanced diversion tactics, I can just charge you. So it forces you to play in a different way. But Gregor, I mean, this is the advantage of Gregor, right? The Gregor Mountains Men list. Now, the Mountains Men die, right? They do die.
Yeah.
I didn't kill them earlier in the game. They kept passing those panics. But Mountains Men die. The point is, though, and you leverage it relatively well in that game, if you play aggressively and you play like a list like this, you can't stop all the threats with Mance. So Mance is still good.
Yeah.
But I can't stop everything. And when I can't stop everything, I have to choose what's the most dangerous thing to stop. And eventually, you come swinging in, and you come swinging in hard when you come in. Because crit blow, I've spoken about crit blow before.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not broken. I don't think it's a broken ability, but it has the opportunity to swing high. And the moment you have the opportunity to swing high against free folk, like the way I look at it is, for example, your crossbowman at the end of the turn, right?
Yeah.
I want you to shoot me there. Not because I
Yeah.
have diversion tactics, but that's an option, of course. And not because I would have potentially won the game off of it, right? But the point is, I want you to attack me because I know the maximum number of wounds you can do is only ever do is 11.
Mhm.
You can literally never kill my unit.
Yeah.
So I can leverage that. I can know I don't mind about that activation. I know that if worse comes to worse, this is what I have left at the end. That's harder to do when there's things like crit blow running around because you can't guarantee it. You know, you saw earlier in the game, you get crit blow Mountain's Men and they just go thump and they annihilate a unit, or Knights of Cassie Rock can just knock a unit off. That's why crit blow's so good because of that high roll. But with the things like the Mountain's Men, with the high to hit dice on the first rank, actually your odds of getting 8 hits is really not unreasonable. I think, in fact,
No.
if you charge without a weaken token, your odds actually are generating over 8 hits.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And then I'm looking at it being like, Jesus, if I fail the panic, which I'm probably going to do, I'm testing on -2, I'm probably testing on a 10 at minimum. If I roll that d3 and it's a 3, I'm probably just dead.
Mhm.
So
No,
yeah,
and I can tell you that.
this Gregor list is dangerous because of those things. And overrun. You don't just do it once, you do it twice. And if you kill 2 units straight up and just obliterate me off the field, like that's a huge swing. And you nearly set it up. I could see you'd set it up when you stole first turn off me.
Yeah.
And you prevented Harmer going in and finish off the Knights of Cassie Rock. You made Harmer just run away.
But that's
because of that threat. You know.
Sure, but it's not what I wanted. I wanted to kill Harmer.
Of course
was-
you did. Yeah.
No, but it's. I think I would have made this list stronger if it wasn't for dragons.
Yeah.
Because I didn't look. I didn't even look at my other list. I looked at it and I said, I don't in that list. I don't actually have Walder. And fighting you without Walder it felt like a bad idea.
You know what Walder is in a list like you've got. You're probably not going to get a point on turn 1. It's unlikely. But it's 5 victory points extra that you can score in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Giving yourself 5 extra potential victory points is better than nearly any single one of the objective cards that you can possibly have.
Exactly.
So objectively, I agree. Walder is necessary into this game mode, into Free Folk.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, well, we'll see how it goes onwards here. But no matter what, it was a really fun game. I had a lot of fun. So.
It was really good. Yeah. And you know, it wasn't. I'm gonna say the absolute fucking classic, right? Excuse my swearing, but the game score didn't reflect the game. Yeah, we always get this, right? But no, when I say that this time is like there was an opportunity, or there was certainly moments early on. I was looking at being, he's gonna table me.
Yeah, well, in all fairness, there was several points where the chat thought the same thing.
Yeah.
So.
And when I realized that that's what he was going to do, like that's his win condition now, is just to table me. All I have to do is do maneuvers to try and make it difficult for you to table me. And it's little things like positioning Harmer so that when you killed the Lone Raider, you were still in her front arc, but it was a combination of the 2 trays blocking, and then you also couldn't charge the trappers. So Gregor was kind of like sat
I think
and did nothing.
It was really beautiful because I also thought, you know, I have these cards, I'll be able to table them. It's fine. I can kill this unit, play these cards, I'll table. It's fine. But it's my inexperience with playing against these well-positioned Raider units kind of really broke me because I thought I had the charges, and then I looked at it and I went, well, actually, no, I don't. I really don't. And I didn't see it initially, and that's part of us in my group having played the game incorrectly for a while
Mhm.
in the past.
So the other thing as well, and I think this is really vital, and this is kind of like a general moment on free folk. Like people might look at this game and think, oh, it's another free folk crushing win. Da, 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 da.
No,
But
no,
like
no.
I think that the significant difference is because I'm not giving away VP. Like you went out with the kind of mindset that you kind of did want to come and table me, and
Yeah,
that's
no.
scary from a Lannister because Gregor is exactly the case. It's like playing Starks, but actually some of the key cards in in Gregor's deck, which are the Lannister cards, are things like Lannister plays his deck. You know, putting tokens out. Yes, it's a bad card compared to all of the other ones. It's objectively terrible, but being able to get a card back, that's really useful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, the one that makes me do a panic test on activation, Paid Mutiny, is a deceptively strong card against free folk.
Yeah.
You know, it's 3 wounds. Gregor's scary to play against, really scary. And in fact, in the TSL, it's the only game I lost was against, well, it was actually against Gregor attachment list, but run by Tyrion of all things. But the point is, it was still that style of just run at you.
Wait, is that the list that Carlo played against us?
I can't remember.
Halberdiers, crossbows, and then mountains mammoth.
Maybe I can't remember. But the point is that that list and this list as well have got a run at me attitude. And actually free folk really don't like that. That's why free folk don't do that well into Starks. Because Starks, you know, they have a run at you attitude. And the free folk kind of get scared when people do that because when you start removing trays like we saw there, the game gets considerably harder considerably quickly. But yeah, you did the right things. You did the right things. You ran out of steam. I lost a load of 50-50s in the middle game, and then
Yeah.
you failed the counterplot, and then you failed a 3+ charge. You know, so
Yeah, you know, but that's what we always say, right?
yes,
You shouldn't put yourself in a situation where you can fail a 3+ charge, or the game
Exactly.
relies on it. So
yeah, exactly.
the reason I was in a situation where I had to make a 3+ charge was because I had positioned incorrectly earlier in the game.
Yeah.
That was the only reason.
Definitely. But you know, it's times like that, it's things like that, you know, where we make, exactly as Carlo would say if he's here, the spirit of Carlo. We make our own luck, and I made enough luck to just come down on the side of victory today. And you know, it was close. You know, certain things have gone round. That endless horde been cancelled.
Hmm.
You know, that charge comes in. Either of those two things, you're up 2 victory points there at the end. It's not crushing. I lose Harmer. That's a big problem. Lots of things.
Yeah. No, if that charge hit, I was reasonably likely to wipe out both your units up in that part. Yeah.
Certainly, yeah, because you'd have definitely overrun. I know you've got overrun in hand,
No,
right?
I have 2 overrun in hand. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you overrun into the trapper unit, you kill that one off as well. And next turn, I'm forced to play either take first and get a victory point, which I'm not doing, and score 2 for being in a deployment zone. So I have to play the score 1 and take first. Your objectives left are objectives on the field, and your other card, I'm gonna guess, is 2 points for objective. 2 points for deployment zone.
Actually, not, because I didn't want you to be able to score on it twice, and your width is so large that you'll always be able to be in my deployment zone.
Yeah.
So I actually had one that I was kind of, you know, in the right situation maybe. It's the if you're engaged with people with less ranks than me, you score
less
points.
ranks. Yeah. No, that's reasonable.
But I was going to play, if I survived, I was going to make sure you only had the maximum 1 unit on the board, and I would score 3 points on objectives, essentially.
No, it was.
So yeah, it could have gone, but it you know, close game. But next time I'll get you.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting me stream, and well played, both of you.
No, it's all right, Al.
you.
It's all right.
Cool. I'll catch you later.
Catch you later, buddy.
All right, lads and lasses and everything in between. That's us done. We're going to be streaming another game tomorrow. I think it's 1800. No, it's 8 o'clock. 2000 GMT. So keep an eye out for that. I'll post something in the groups tomorrow. And yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate everyone who stopped by. It's nice to be back. Take it easy, lads.